Welcome to Old School All-22, brought to you by Golden Nugget Jewelers. Merrill Reese and Mike Quick, looking back on a memorable moment or event in Eagles history. Well, in this case, a memorable member of the coaching staff by the name of Emmitt Thomas. And the game was 1998 at the Detroit Lions. Eagles won the game 10-9, but that tells you all you need to know about Thomas's defense.
Well, that's what he was famous for. You know, he was a defensive back when he played in the National Football League and really cut his teeth on learning how to attack quarterbacks. He was really good at assessing his players and figuring out who was best to send on blitzes and timing up those blitzes so well. If it's coming from the second level of the defense or the third level, he was always good at breaking down protections and sending that extra guy to get a hit. You'll see Dawkins on one and then the linebacker, Ike Reese, on another.
Whether it was Buddy Ryan, Bud Carson, Ray Rhodes, or Jim Johnson, the Eagles of the 1990s were known for having tough, aggressive defenses. The team went just 3-13 in 1998, but they were led by a young coordinator in future Hall of Fame cornerback Emmitt Thomas, and still had big names on that side of the ball who made life tough for opposing offenses. On the third play of the game, Detroit quarterback Charlie Batch saw just what kind of day it was going to be. It was 3rd and 5, and the Eagles came out in their nickel package with 5 defensive backs on the field. Rookie 5th-round draft choice Ike Reese, number 58, had earned a spot in this package as a situational pass rusher. On this play, he lined up over the slot before the snap. But he would not be playing in coverage on this play. The ball is snapped, and as Batch turns his back on a play-action fake, Ike Reese comes screaming clean off the edge, beating the running back in protection and nearly getting Batch down in the backfield for a sack. The rookie stumbles out of it and falls forward for a short gain, but that blitz let him know that trouble was looming ahead. On the next possession, the Lions got behind the sticks early and faced a 2nd and 19 from their own 31-yard line. Detroit came out with a run look, but this would be an aggressive play call, a shot play attacking downfield. A look at the end zone angle will show exactly why this play did not work. On this play action fake, the Lions would pull their left guard to the right side to help sell the run action. This would leave just 3 blockers on Batch's blind side. The center would block defensive tackle Bill Johnson. The left tackle would block Hugh Douglas. The fullback would be responsible for linebacker William Thomas blitzing off the edge. But who could account for Brian Dawkins? B-Doc was assigned to play man coverage against the fullback on this play, and once he sees his man stay in to protect the quarterback, he explodes into the backfield, turning into an extra blitzer. This green dog blitz gets home to Batch, resulting in a sack and a loss of 10 yards as the Lions are forced to punt. Later in the game, the Eagles found another way to get home to the quarterback, this time using just a 4-man rush. It was 3rd and 13, and the Eagles came out in another one of their nickel packages with just 2 linebackers on the field. If you look up front, however, you'll see a small wrinkle that Emmitt Thomas used on this play. Defensive tackle Bill Johnson lined up at defensive end, with Hugh Douglas sliding inside as a 3-technique defensive tackle, with the plan of winning a favorable matchup against a less athletic left guard. The ball is snapped, and defensive end Al Wallace attacks upfield, forcing Batch to step up into the pocket, right into the waiting arms of Douglas, who beat the guard for the sack. Douglas finished the day with 2.5 sacks. Charlie Batch was sacked 5 times, and the Eagles would win a close one by a score of 10-9.
A lot of defensive coordinators are very outgoing, very tough, noisy, yelling, leading. What I remember about Emmitt Thomas is there was never a man of fewer words. He was quiet, his demeanor was almost shy, but he did a great job.
Well, guys knew when he spoke, it meant something. He's not a guy that just had a lot of words, but when he had something to say, you better listen because they knew that it was meaningful, whatever he had to say. E.T. to me was one of the best coaches I've ever been around, and I'm so happy that he's now going into the Hall of Fame and deciding to retire.
And that's it for Old School All-22, brought to you by Golden Nugget Jewelers.